Hello and welcome to Let's Talk SEO. So whenever I see a website that has a whole bunch of bad backlinks coming to it, or I see a negative SEO campaign being done against it, and usually it's in the form of lots of backlinks that look that they're coming from foreign language sites like Chinese or Vietnamese or Japanese, and they have nothing to do with the website. And so traditionally, and for a very long time, what I have done is I made a list and disavowed all those links. And over time, that site has recovered. Now, I have continued to do this until just a few months ago. And so what happened was, it's also important for me to say that there are clients that I have right now that have disavow files, and their websites are doing pretty well. So I'm not too worried about their websites, but I have seen instances where removing the disavow file has helped the website recover. Now, don't go in and just delete your disavow file right now, or just don't do any of that. I have some information in this video that I think you'll find useful, especially if you see a whole bunch of negative backlinks coming to your website, or if you think that you build a whole bunch of PBNs that have dragged your website down. And that is the key. First thing, so I just want to explain to you what happened. So a few months ago, I had a client come to me and they said that they had lost all their traffic over time, starting somewhere in November, and then it just dipped, and it just dipped, and to the point where none of the Google updates subsequently helped out the website, even though my audit showed that they should improve the content on their site, which they did. They should improve the technical SEO on their site, which they did. They should improve the internal linking on their site, which they did. All of this had very little benefit to the website overall. And that puzzled me. And so eventually, back in February, what we decided to do was to delete the disavow file. And this was a last-ditch effort, because the company had come to the point where they were willing to fire all the employees, shut down the business, and move on with their lives. And so this was a last-ditch effort. We went ahead, we deleted the disavow file. And my advice was to maybe wait a few months and see what would happen. And so after removing the disavow file, what we began to see is the website started to recover. So the traffic started to come back, and also the keywords that they wanted to rank for started to rank again. And I have screenshots of this. Over the years, many Googlers have said that the disavow file shouldn't be used until and unless you have a manual penalty against the website. But we all know once you have a manual penalty against the website by Google, recovering from it is near impossible, because even if you submit a disavow file, it will take forever for Google to review. So the thinking behind this is, if there are negative backlinks, just disavow them, and so you avoid getting penalized. But as it turns out, if you do that, there's something in the algorithm that actually negatively affects your website. But this is not all websites. These are some websites. So right now, the website is doing very well. They're on the first page for all the keywords that they want to rank for, and with no extra effort, just having removed the disavow file. So one of the things you should do, and if you see that you've done everything, but you have a disavow file that's 15, 16, 17,000 links, like this business had, like my client had, remove the disavow file. So try that, remove the disavow file, wait 3 months and see how that works. Usually you would see an uptick in traffic with a subsequent Google update. Now in this instance, there was quite a bit of a gap. There was the first update somewhere in March, and now they're running a core update in August. So there's quite a bit of a gap. So you might have to wait a while. But in between, that website was recovering quite a bit, and they had jumped in their rankings quite a bit. So if you're at this point and you see that you've tried everything, but you have a disavow file that's really, really large, and this might not probably work for if there are a few hundred backlinks coming to your website, but if there are a few thousand backlinks coming to your website, then you might have to take a second look at your disavow file. Now, under what circumstances should you not disavow? My word of advice is, by default, unlike what we used to do not submit a disavow file. There's a reason why Google has buried the disavow file deep within its search systems, so that it's hard to find. It's hard for people to just create a disavow file and submit it. So don't do it by default. Work on all the other parts of your SEO, on your on-page SEO, on your on-page SEO in general, before you decide to do the off-page SEO, or think about the off-page SEO. in this instance, backlinks also, I'm seeing a huge reduction in the value of backlinks overall. And so many people who are reporting that they have seen a dip in their traffic is mainly because the value that those backlinks were delivering to their website is no longer being delivered. And so with that, even the negative effect of bad backlinks have been neutralized. So even if you're going out and you're building hundreds of PBN links, those PBN links are not going to do you any good. If it does any good, it's a very tiny amount. So it's not worth the time and effort, and even the money that you spend. Guest posts, very small, minuscule effect, if anything, unless and until it's a very, 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 very relevant niche. It's relevant to the niche that you're covering, and it's a very high authority website where it's not clear that they're selling guest posts, and that's a very important part. And this is something I'll go into another video. So I hope you liked the video. Like and subscribe. Let me know if you've had any luck with disavowing with the Disavow file on your website, and if you have seen an uptick in rankings. And I will catch you guys in the next video.